Years ago, the manor had been home to the Blackwood family, a wealthy lineage with a reputation for cruelty and greed. Lord Edmund Blackwood, the patriarch, was said to have made a pact with dark forces to maintain his family's power and wealth. His lust for power, however, would prove to be his undoing. One stormy night, Lord Blackwood invited a mysterious stranger into his home. No one knew who the man was or where he came from. But after that night, the entire family vanished without a trace. Servants and villagers searched high and low, but there were no signs of the Blackwoods. The only clue left behind was a single cryptic message scrawled on a wall in the manor's library. The price of power is eternal darkness. Rumors swirled that the Blackwoods had been cursed, their souls trapped within the walls of the manor for eternity. Over the years, several brave souls ventured to the manor, seeking to uncover the truth or lay the spirits to rest. None ever returned. Then, one fateful evening, a young historian named Alice, fascinated by the manor's dark history, decided to investigate the place herself. She arrived at Blackwood Manor as the sun began to set, casting long, eerie shadows over the dilapidated estate. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the wind whispered through the cracked windows as if warning her to leave. Alice pushed open the heavy front door, its hinges groaning in protest. Inside, the air was cold and stale, filled with the faint scent of mold and dust. As she explored the house, she felt an unsettling presence, like invisible eyes were watching her from every corner. Her steps echoed through the empty halls, but it wasn't long before she began to hear something else. Soft whispers, like voices carried by the wind. She followed the voices to the library, the same room where the mysterious message had been left behind. The door creaked open, and Alice stepped inside, her heart pounding in her chest. The room was dim, the only light coming from the flickering flames of a fireplace that hadn't been used in years. And there, on the wall, was the message, still legible after all these years. Suddenly, the temperature dropped sharply, and Alice's breath fogged in the air. The whispers grew louder, turning into guttural moans. She turned to leave, but the door slammed shut behind her. Panic set in as she struggled to open it, but the door wouldn't budge. The room grew darker, and from the shadows emerged figures, pale, translucent, and covered in decay. The ghosts of the Blackwood family, their eyes empty and hollow, reached toward her. Alice screamed, but no sound came from her mouth. She was paralyzed, unable to move or speak, as the spirits surrounded her. They murmured in a language she couldn't understand, their cold fingers brushing against her skin. She realized too late that the curse was real. Lord Blackwood's pact had bound the souls of his family to the manor forever, and now Alice was to join them. In the days that followed, villagers noticed that the manor, once silent and abandoned, was now filled with a low, mournful hum, as if the spirits of the Blackwood family were still trapped within. No one dared approach the estate again, and the legend of Blackwood Manor only grew darker. And so, the curse of Blackwood Manor continued, its evil whispering through the wind, a warning to those who would dare to seek the truth. Some secrets are better left buried, for in the pursuit of power, darkness always has a price.